Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create this Christmas cracker card with a shadow box effect that folds flat, and you don't need any special dies to do it. For my project, I'm going to use Christmas Magic Collection from Relatively Thoughtful. It is a digital collection, which means if you like one of the design papers or elements too fussy cut, you can print it as many times as you want. If you like it, I left the link in the description down below. But if you want to create that Christmas cracker card, you can use whatever is in your stash, and I'm pretty sure you do have some beautiful elements to create that Christmas cracker card today. I really like this collection because it has lots of elements to fussy cut, but my totally favorite ones are robins and snowmen in this collection. They are simply gorgeous, and when I saw them, I thought these will be perfect for today's project. Also, you get some tags that you can use for your presents, and there is a set of poinsettias. Simply gorgeous. I really like them, which means you can use them for lots of different projects. So, I'm going to show you step by step how to create your card base. I've got DL size card blank and I'm going to fold it in half. Using my bone folder, I'm just going to burnish that fold line. And now I'm going to cut 3/4 of the right hand side using my trimmer. When this is ready, then you need to get a pencil and a ruler. So we're going to create the card base. So first I'm going to mark 1/4 of an inch, 1 inch and 1 3/4. With the second mark we created, I'm going to do 3/4 down, and then I'm going to match all those pencil marks. Now on the right hand side, we need 1/2 of an inch, 3/4 and 3/4, which means you can put your ruler on 2 inches and then mark 0, 3/4, 1.5 inch. With the second mark, you have to go 3/4 down. And now it is time to actually put those marks together. And we've got a triangle. Now we have to do the same on the other side. So 1/2 of an inch, 3/4 and 3/4, and 3/4 down from the second mark you created. So this, all the elements will be even. And now we need 1/4, 3/4 and 3/4, and then again from the second mark 3/4 down. So all those triangles will be exactly the same. I left just 1/4 of an inch on the fold side because we are going to create yellow elements, or actually gold, but I'm going to show you later on. Now it is time to use your scissors to cut those triangles out. So that will be the base. And decisions, how are you going to decorate your card? So I decided to use that blue background paper, but you will see that it is not white enough to cover the card base. But don't worry, there is always a trick. So later on, as I told you, we're going to create some gold elements to the sides. Now I'm going to put my book binding glue here, and I'm going to attach that blue background panel. As you can see, as I told you, it is not wide enough, but do not worry. I'm going to fix it later on. Now we have to burnish it so it is properly adhered to the card base. When this is done, we have to turn it over, open the card, and get rid of all those excess papers. When this is ready, then you have to decide how do you want to decorate your card. For today's project, I decided to create that shadow box effect. But if you want to skip it, that is absolutely fine, and you can just decorate that card base you created. Super quick and simple, right? But I'm going to show you how to create that shadow box effect, and when you fold it, it actually folds flat and it goes in the envelope. And that's exactly what I wanted to create because I want to post that card. So when this is ready, then we are going to need some white card, and I do encourage you very thick one. So I'm going to use 300 GSM. I'm going to measure the width here, and I need 4 inches. So, having my scoring board, I've got a piece of white card. And it is 2.5 inches wide. So I'm going to score it at half an inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and then 2 inches. And then I'm going to cut it to 4 inches, and I need 2 of those to create my shadow box effect. So now I'm going to use my trimmer. And when this is ready, I've got another piece measuring 4 inches by 2.5. So I'm going to score it half an inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inches, which means, as you can see, we've got 5 even panels here. So one of them will be a flap that we can stick to create a cuboid. Super quick and simple, and that will give us the dimension we need. So, if you haven't heard about Relatively Thoughtful, it is such an amazing brand. And in the description down below, I left the links to the website, Facebook group, Craft World, and also Instagram. But not only you can check all the amazing things there, but you can join our RT Create, Make and Share group. And if you have any of the Relatively Thoughtful design papers, you can share your makes there. It is absolutely stunning group, and I do encourage you to check the description down below. So now, as you can see, with one of the flaps, I had to adhere it to create that cuboid. And I always encourage you to use your bone folder just to burnish it, so the glue is adhered properly and it's set as well. So now you have to figure out where to put the top element for the shadow box, because when it goes flat, it can't go over the card. From the design papers, Christmas Magic, I decided to use that winter scene. I thought that will be perfect for today's project. So as you can see, it is a little bit lower down, which means I can put the top element where I need it. So now I'm going to adhere those elements, just put the glue on one of the sides and make sure the glue is set. Now I'm going to do exactly the same with the bottom one. And when these are ready, then you either decide if you want to create the sides, and I'm going to do it, and choose the element to actually give us that interest. So using my ruler, I need 3 inches element, and it has to be half of an inch wide. So as you can see, it will go there, but I didn't like the look of it. So I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to measure half of an inch on one of the sides. And then I'm going to join it with one of the corners, which will give me that proper diagonal line. And I'm going to do exactly the same at the bottom. And to save a little bit of time, I'm only going to do it on one of those elements, because I can put those two together on my trimmer and cut them at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do now. Use my trimmer and cut the diagonal lines. When these are ready, as you can see, they really look like shadow box. Super cool, right? And now it is time for that fun element. I decided to use those snowmen. These are simply gorgeous. I really love that image, so I thought I really need to create something with them. And if you want, you can also add some dimension, and I'm going to do that later on using double-sided foam adhesive. But if you want, you can put anything else inside the shadow box. It can be like poinsettia, robins, whatever you want. And I have to admit that this collection is just perfect for this project. I wonder, have you ever created anything with Christmas crackers? If you haven't, maybe today is the day. This card is simple to create and actually doesn't really take that much time. So now I'm going to put the glue only on the ends of that element on the left and on the right. And as you can see, you can fold them flat really easily. And if you have any excess of the glue, you can always use a pokey tool. And that will be perfectly fine. So now, when this is ready, I'm going to add some dimension to my snowman. You can use double-sided foam adhesive or pads. The choice is yours. First, I'm just going to shape it a little bit and then put some liquid glue, put double-sided foam adhesive and then liquid glue again, because with time that dry adhesive dries even more. But if you add a little bit of liquid glue, that really makes a difference. So now you have to decide how do you want to decorate the sides of your card. And I decided to use some gold because whenever I think about Christmas, gold is one of the colors that always goes into my mind. So I'm going to create 3/4 of an inch rectangles. And when these are ready, from my stash, I chose to use some of the scissors. You probably have those as well. And I do encourage you to use them. Maybe you do have a cutting die with that zigzag, and that will be perfectly fine. However, the trick for this project was not to use very special cutting dies. So now I'm going to do exactly the same on the other element. So this way we do have that Christmas cracker element. Please let me know if you like this cut style. Maybe you'd like to give it a go. And if you do, I would absolutely love to see your make. So please, in the comments down below, leave a link with your amazing project. I would really love to see it. So now when these are ready, as you can see, I do have some glue, but you can always get rid of it very easily with a pokey tool. And then you have to turn your card over and cut the excess off. But from my stash, I chose to do a sentiment in Polish, and I'm going to use gold again because I like when all the elements match on my project. And as you can see, I only put the glue where it was going to adhere on that bottom shadow box element. Now I'm taking the excess of the glue and using my scissors, I'm just cutting the ends off super quick and simple. So if you do like this card, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you were to make one, what color combo would you choose? If you know me, you know what's left. We need some gold gems to go on a card. And now the whole project is complete. I put some gems on the sides. And this card stands proudly on the flat surface and it goes flat in the envelope. And there is plenty of space to write your message inside. So please let me know what do you think about this project. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because every weekend I'm going to have some Christmas projects for you. And still, Mondays and Thursdays are for different tutorials. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!